Do you know exactly which mood your partner is in just by the sound of their car door closing? Do you have a sudden biological urge to explain exactly why you bought the wrong brand of milk, providing a 3-point legal defense before anyone has even asked you about it? Do you apologize when someone else bumps into you? And my personal favorite, do you feel a profound, vibrating anxiety when things are calm? Like, it's too quiet, so you start waiting for the disaster to drop? If you do these things, most people, including your friends, probably think you're just anxious. They think you're a bit quirky. Maybe they tell you to just chill out or stop overthinking. But you and I know that just chilling out feels physically impossible. Why? Because these aren't quirks and they aren't personality traits. These are survival habits. You are running a biological operating system designed for a war zone, but you are currently living in a living room. And that mismatch, that is what's ruining your life. Today, we are going to look at the weird things you do, decode the trauma psychology behind them, and finally give you permission to stop. Let's get the psychology straight before we get emotional. When you grow up in a chaotic or abusive environment, whether it was physical danger or just emotional volatility, your brain develops something called hypervigilance. Think of it like this. Most people's brains are like a security guard who takes a nap and only wakes up when the alarm goes off. Your brain is like Jason Bourne. It is constantly scanning the perimeter. It is analyzing micro-expressions. It is calculating exit routes. This was a brilliant adaptation when you were a child. It kept you safe. It helped you predict the explosion before it happened. But here's the problem. The environment changed. You grew up. You moved out. But your brain never got the memo that the war ended. So now, you are a sleeper agent in a civilian world, treating a missed text message like a bomb threat. Habit number 1. The JADE response. Over-explaining.
Our job is to find the two candidates who'll give the voters the best competing arguments, and I don't believe we're seeing that.
Let's say you make a tiny mistake. You forget to take the trash out. A normal response is, oops, my bad, I'll do it now. But your response is to turn into a defense attorney on trial for murder. I didn't take the trash out because I got that email at 4 p.m. and then the cat threw up and I was going to do it, but I didn't want to make noise. You are justifying, arguing, defending, and explaining. Psychologists call this JADE. Why do you do this? You do this because in your past, a mistake wasn't just a mistake. A mistake was an attack vector. If you were misunderstood, you weren't just wrong. You were unsafe. You were punished. You were gaslit. So you learned that if you could just explain it perfectly, if you could just provide enough context, maybe they wouldn't hurt you. Maybe they would understand. You learned to talk your way out of pain. But look at where you are now. The person asking about the trash isn't your abuser. They just want the trash gone. You are defending a castle that is no longer under siege. The fix. Next time you feel the urge to present your case, stop. Take a breath. Say the scary short sentence. I forgot. I'll do it now. Sit in the silence. It will feel terrifying. But notice what happens next. Nothing. The blow isn't coming. Habit number 2. The chameleon. Predictive empathy. You don't know what you want for dinner. In fact, you don't know what movie you want to watch. You don't know what music you like. And you have an uncanny ability to morph your personality to match whoever you are in the room with. We call this being easygoing. Psychology calls it the fawn response. Fawning is the 4th trauma response. It is the instinct to please, to appease. When you were young, having your own needs, I want pizza, might have been inconvenient for the volatile parent. And being inconvenient was dangerous. So you learned to suppress yourself to keep the peace. You became a thermometer, constantly reading the temperature of the room and adjusting yourself to keep it stable. You want to watch action? I love action. You're angry? I'm sorry, I'll fix it. The tragedy of the fawn response is that it kills intimacy. You think you are being good by having no needs, but you cannot be loved if you cannot be seen. If you are always a mirror reflecting the other person, they aren't dating you, they are dating themselves. And you are left feeling lonely in a crowded room, exhausted from the performance, wondering why no one asks what you want. They don't ask because you never told them you were there. Habit number 3. The hoarding of safety. Control freak tendencies over small things. You might be messy in big ways, but you are obsessive about small ones. You need to know the plan. You need to know what time we are leaving. You need to drive the car. You need to check the bank account 5 times a day, even though you know you have money. People call this controlling, but it's not control. It's safety-seeking. Trauma is, at its core, a loss of agency. It is the feeling of being helpless while something bad happens to you. So, as an adult, you overcorrect. You try to control every variable because your brain believes that uncertainty equals danger. If you don't know the plan, you can't prepare for the ambush. But here is the truth you need to hear. You are micromanaging the joy out of your life. You are so busy preparing for the disaster that you are missing the party. Habit number 4, the sorry reflex, preemptive submission. You apologize to inanimate objects. You bump into a table? Sorry. Someone steps on your foot? Sorry. It takes you 3 hours to reply to a text? So sorry for the delay. I'm the worst. You treat your existence like it is an inconvenience to the universe. This isn't politeness. This is preemptive submission. In an abusive dynamic, the goal is to make yourself as small as possible so you don't attract lightning. You learned that if you apologize first, before anyone even notices a problem, you might be able to diffuse the anger before it spikes. Sorry became your shield. But now, you are walking around the world apologizing for taking up space. You are apologizing for breathing. The truth. You don't need to apologize for existing. The table doesn't care. And the people who love you don't want your submission. They want your presence. Habit number 5, hyperindependence, the "I'll do it myself" syndrome. You would rather die than ask for help. You are struggling, you hide it. You are sick, you drive yourself to the doctor. You are moving furniture, you will break your own back pivoting a couch up the stairs before you call a friend. You wear your independence like a badge of honor. You think, I don't need anyone. But let's call this what it really is. Trust issues masquerading as strength. When you were young, asking for help didn't get you support. It got you A. Rejected. Figure it out yourself. B. Indebted. I did this for you, so now you owe me. C. Mocked. You're so needy. So you learned a brutal lesson. Needing people is dangerous. You decided to become a fortress of one. But humans are a social species. We are biologically wired for co-regulation. Hyperindependence isn't strength. It's just loneliness with good PR. Breaking this habit is the hardest one. It requires you to hand someone a bag and trust they won't hit you with it. Habit number 6, the mood radar, neuroception of threat. You think everyone hates you. Your boss uses a period instead of an exclamation point in an email. He's firing me. Your partner sighs loudly in the other room. They are leaving me. Your friend looks neutral while you are talking. I'm boring them. You are constantly hallucinating anger in people who are just tired, hungry, or distracted. This is your amygdala pattern matching. In a volatile home, quiet was never just quiet. It was the calm before the storm. A neutral face wasn't neutral. It was a parent suppressing rage. So your brain learned to interpret neutral as dangerous. You became a psychic for bad vibes. But here is the reality check. Other people are not thinking about you. They are thinking about their lunch. You are projecting your past predators onto your present peers. You have to learn to ask for reality testing. Ask them, hey, are we good? 99% of the time, the answer is, yes, I'm just tired. Believe them. And finally, habit number 7. You are great in a crisis, but you fall apart in peace. When the house is burning down, you are the calmest person in the room. You know exactly what to do. You dissociate, you execute, you survive. But the moment the crisis is over, you get a migraine, you get the flu, you sleep for 14 hours, you feel depressed. This is the adrenal dump. Your nervous system is so used to running on cortisol and adrenaline that chaos feels like home. You function well there, but peace? Peace feels boring. Or worse, peace feels unsafe because you don't know what to do with your hands. So when the adrenaline wears off, your body presents the bill. This is why you get sick on vacations. This is why you feel empty on weekends. Your body doesn't know how to idle. It only knows how to rev or stall. Healing means teaching your body that it is safe to just exist without the war. So, how do we stop? How do we turn off the weird survival habits? First, we have to stop calling them weird. We have to start calling them what they are, evidence of your resilience. I want you to take a moment and thank these habits. Seriously, thank the hypervigilance. It kept you safe when no one else would. Thank the over-explaining. It tried to protect you from being misunderstood. good. Thank the fawning. It kept the peace in a house that wanted war. These parts of you aren't villains. They are guardians. But they are guardians who are guarding an empty cell. The prisoner has already escaped. You are free now. The process of healing isn't about fixing yourself. You aren't broken. It is about retiring the guard. It is about gently telling your amygdala, thank you for your service, but I've got this now. It is practicing biological safety. When you feel the urge to over-explain, take a deep breath. Feel your feet on the floor. Look around the room. Remind yourself, I am an adult. I am safe. I am allowed to make mistakes. When you feel the urge to fawn, ask yourself the dangerous question, what do I actually want right now? And say it, even if your voice shakes, especially if your voice shakes. You have spent your whole life surviving. You have spent your whole life reading the room, managing emotions, and making yourself small so you wouldn't get hurt. You got really good at it, but you don't need to be good at survival anymore. You need to get good at living, and living is messy. Living is loud. Living is inconvenient. Be inconvenient. Take up space. Let the trash sit there for an hour. The world isn't going to end. You're just going to begin. If you see yourself in this video, you aren't alone. Subscribe if you want to understand your mind.